Happy new month, everyone. Welcome to my page. I'm so happy. Early this morning, I prepared a delicious stew and I thought it wise to share the recipe with you all. Please sit tight. I love you. Everyone, I would like to show you some of the ingredients that I used to prepare this wonderful stew. I used Tatasi, red bell pepper, fresh onion, fresh rosemary, ginger and garlic, fresh hot peppers, and my fresh tomatoes. I'll be using the roasting method. I transferred my sliced fresh tomatoes, including my peppers, spring onion, into a tray and put that in the oven to roast for a few minutes. I didn't allow this to roast for too long. I brought it out. The next thing I did was to season the chicken I'll be using to prepare this wonderful stew. I started by adding my onion, dry thyme, seasoning cube, blended ginger and garlic, bay leaves, fresh peppers, salt, and oregano leaf, and stir all that together. Do you know that when you steam your meat on low heat, it allows the ingredients to go into the meat very well? It also allows the chicken to gradually produce its natural tasty juice without getting burnt unnecessarily. I'm happy you now know the importance of steaming your meat on low heat. I did add water to this pot. I covered and allowed to steam for a few minutes. Now look at how juicy and tasty it is. After steaming this chicken for some time, I added water to it, covered back the pot and allowed to cook. When the chicken became tender, I switched off my cooking gas and decided to fry the chicken. In a heated pan, I added vegetable oil, half onion. I like frying my chicken with onion because there's this flavor that comes from onion. In fact, I enjoy it. I fried this chicken till it became golden brown. This is how I enjoy it. If it's not golden brown, we can't eat it. Anyway, we all have our choices. Some people just like it half done. I'll put that aside and place a pot on fire, after which I will add the vegetable oil I'll be using to prepare my stew. Everyone, I prepared my stew with the oil I used to fry my chicken and it was wonderful. Before now, I sieved the already used oil into my pot. When the oil became hot, I added my onion, fry for 2 minutes before including my blended pepper mix into the pot. I immediately covered my pot because I don't want the tomatoes to spill all over the kitchen. I was still stirring these tomatoes continuously because I didn't want it to burn. When the roasted tomatoes became okay, I decided to add the tin tomatoes I opened earlier. Sometimes I make my stew without tin tomatoes, but to be sincere, I enjoy it more when I add tin tomatoes. I just cook as the spirit leads. I continued stirring these tomatoes on a low heat. I was doing this continuously. I didn't remove my hands until the tomatoes became dry and separated from each other. At this point, I added my fried chicken, stir all that together and begin to add my seasoning. I added seasoning, salt, stir. I allowed this to fry for a few minutes before adding the water I used to cook my chicken. I just have to sieve out some excesses. I stirred all that together before adding water to it. I like my stew thick, and I also like adding little crayfish to my stew. I don't know about you. I tested it and found out I needed to add extra salt to it, which I did. Covered my pot and allowed to simmer for some time. My stew is ready. While recording and preparing this stew, I was also preparing other things that the family will pair with their rice. That is why we say women are powerful. Don't underestimate the power of a woman. I was doing this with my toddler, yet I have to put everything in order. Just look at that. This salad is something else, like it's 1 in a million. If you try this, at this point, the aroma coming from the stew was just all over the house, and I know my neighbors were perceiving it, but they couldn't ask for some. Thank you guys for staying with me. Please don't forget to watch, like, comment, and share our videos at OBDS Kitchen Original Waba. I love you all. Bye bye.